Hello, I'm Rachel Jones for the Finance News Network. Joining me from Imdex is CEO Paul House. Paul, welcome to FNM.
Thanks very much, Rachel. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's good to see you. Now, first up, Paul, could we start with an introduction to the company?
Sure. Well, Imdex is a global mining tech company. It's been around for about 30 years. We specialize in designing and building patented IP-protected tools that help geologists and drillers understand their drilling process and the ore body that they're drilling through. And we operate in every major mining operation around the world.
Thanks, Paul. And before we talk about the business in more detail, what impact has COVID-19 had on the business?
Well, the initial response phase in April that rippled around the world was certainly material. But since that time, we've seen a really strong growth month on month, every month since April, right through to the current day, as people are finding new ways to safely mobilize personnel and keep key economic drivers within any given economy running, such as mining, where you tend to be remote and well-contained type operations. And certainly that has been driving the growth in our business since that initial COVID response phase.
Now let's talk about your products and services. Can you tell us about your instruments first up?
Yes, certainly. So Imdex spends about $25 million a year in R&D. We have a portfolio of technologies that we use that fall into three real categories. The first is drilling optimization tools that help drillers drill most cost effectively and on target. The second is our rock knowledge sensor products, where we design tools to measure the ore body and collect a lot of rock measurements so they know what they're drilling through. And the third is our data and analytics software platforms. So all those things work together to give a complete knowledge around the resource and ensure that drillers know where to drill, when to stop drilling, and how to change direction mid-stride. The real opportunity is to provide high-quality data in real time so that they can make decisions further upstream in the mining value chain than they do today.
And what can you tell me about the fluids?
It's one of the original products in the Imdex product suite. It's critically important for the efficient drilling process. And we continue to invest in R&D in our fluids business and partnering that with very advanced sensors and drilling optimization products. So it's really a smart fluids business as we see it today. We are the largest mineral fluids business in the world and have close to 40% market share. And it's continuing to grow as we put optimal solutions in with to meet our clients' needs.
And Paul, at the heart of your suite is your cloud-based software. How does that complement your products?
So our IMDEXHUB-IQ cloud platform is critical. It is the backbone that ensures that any data that you gather from any sensing tools or drilling process is captured with a high degree of quality. You can build all your QA routines into that workflow. It's secure chain of custody. It's ISO 27001 compliant, which is critical for handling confidential and high-risk data. And it enables that data to be provided in real time. Then you can really substantially improve the decision-making process around an ore body. During this COVID response phase, we've seen a growth in IMDEXHUB-IQ tenancies by 70%, simply because the need to make decisions when you're unable to travel has really escalated.
Now let's talk about financials and strategy. How did the company perform in financial year 2020 and what is the outlook for financial year 2021?
Right, so Imdex produced a record 9 months through to the end of March. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, the impact of COVID had an impact on our business as everyone else's. As I said earlier, we've rebounded out of that initial April impact of COVID-19, and growth in FY21 is back on track. The critical point I would make about Imdex's growth is that we commit to growing above any other proxy for the market. And so the S&P global exploration spend has had a compound annual growth of about 4.5% for the last 4 years, whereas Imdex's growth has been about 13% over the same period. And FY21, 22 and beyond, we expect a combination of general market growth from the increased demand and the underlying fundamentals of our industry, plus our strategy with increased products coming into our portfolio and increased our ability to play further downstream in the mining value chain, which more than doubles the addressable market that Imdex has the ability to go and service. So for us, that's pretty exciting. That the combination of underlying fundamentals and a really strong portfolio sets us up very well for the next 3 to 5 years.
Excellent, Paul Howes. Thanks so much for the introduction today.
Thanks, Rachel.